Welcome everybody, peace of Christ to all. And today our topic is about the month of Ramadan and about the practice of the Muslims. Today the Muslims, they celebrate what they call today Eid al-Fitr. But is it really Eid al-Fitr? Because Eid al-Fitr, the word Fitr mean it is about a break fasting, which mean today the Muslims they break fasting, but this name is very silly and it doesn't make sense. Why? Because the Muslims, they do break fasting every day. Not only they break fasting, but they eat like cows. So what is today is called truly in Islam? Is it really Eid al-Fitr, or it is the day of Adha? The Muslims, they celebrate al-Adha, which is supposed a different occasion for them, but the fact today is the day of the Adha, and we will prove it. You see, most of people, they copy paste from each other, but nobody want to investigate. In front of you, this is the website, official government website of the government of Dubai. I will take the website down so you guys can see with me that this is an official website of Dubai. What does that mean? That's mean this is a government website. This is not my website. All right, as you see here, department, etc., the affairs of transportation, etc., the city hall of Dubai. So what the city of Dubai announced to prepare themselves for such a day? What day? The day of a slaughter. If the Muslims, they break fasting, so why they slaughter hundreds of thousands of animals in this day? If the Muslim want to say to me, we are slaughtering for the poor, well, the poor, they are hungry the whole year. If you are a good person, slaughtering in one day a lot of meat will not help the poor. That will make a lot of meat go expensive, and the poor will not be able to afford it, and you cannot feed every poor. So why today they slaughter? The fact what is behind this slaughter day is the roots of a pagan religion, and today we are going to show you what is the roots of Ramadan. If we go in the Quran, you see most of Muslims, they are ignorant. If you ask a Muslim, when you fast, he said to you, the Quran says in the month of Ramadan. Well, did the Quran even mention the word month? Before we go there, you will see, we will show you a lot of reference coming from the Quran. I hope that the screen is so clear. Please let me know if the screen have any problem and you are not able to view clearly the reference we are going to show you. What we will prove today is very simple. That Ramadan is a pagan practice Muhammad he copied from others. Muhammad he copied fasting from anyone around him because he was desperate trying to make a religion. If we go and search in the books of hadith, as an example, in the beginning Muhammad he used to fast 3 days every month. Then this guy he changed it. If you read the hadith with me, you will find that according to the Muslim source, Muhammad he used to fast other fasting than Ramadan. It's called Ashura. Now what is Ashura exactly, and why Muhammad is fasting Ashura? If you look at the Muslims reference, you will find a lot of funny stuff, which is going to get Muhammad busted with no questions. According to them, not to me. According to them, remember, not to me. Muhammad once he woke and he saw the Jews practicing fasting. So he said to the Jews, why you fast? They said, oh, we fast because today is a fasting for us, for this is the day of Moses. Then Muhammad, he said to them, well, this is a day, if this is a day for Moses, then we will practice this day and you don't deserve it. So Muhammad start fasting this day. Before we show you this reference, because this will be funny and we will laugh about it, you will see here with me in the screen that Muhammad, even the fasting day, which is supposedly he is copying from the Jews, he attached it to seeing the Hilal, which means the crescent moon. If you look with me here in the screen, you will find the following. I met up with Ibn Abbas while he was reclining his etc. in Zamzam, and I said, I said to him, inform me about the day of Ashura. On which day is it fasted? He said, when you see the crescent moon of Muharram, then count, then fast on the morning of the 9th day. All right. So when you see the crescent moon of Muharram, you start fasting in the 9th day. Why Muhammad is fasting Ashura? And what is Ashura? If we search more in the hadith, we will find a disaster. And it's going to show you how much the Muslims are confused. If you read with me here in the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, it says the following. Ashura, i.e. the 10th of Muharram, was a day in which the tribe of Quraysh used to fast. Now the story in the Muslim books changed. It's not really about the Jews. Ashura is not for the Jews. Ashura is for the pagans, Arab, Quraysh, and all of us, we know Muhammad, he have a war with them. Why? Because they are pagan. Now why Muhammad is fasting Ashura, the fasting of pagan? I challenge any Muslim to tell me. This is number one. Number two, if Muhammad he took the fasting of Ashura from the Jews, I challenge any Muslim to show me any fasting in the Jewish books. It's called the fasting of Ashura. They don't have such a thing. The Jews, they have a fasting, it's called the Day of Forgiving, but this has nothing to do with this. According to Muhammad's story, and let me show you how he took it from the Jews. In the book of Sunan Ibn Dawood, and this is a Sahih hadith, when the Prophet saw, which means chicken, he came to the Medina, which means the city of Yathrib, the city of the Jews. He found the Jews observing the fast on a day of Ashura. Okay, so they were asked about it. This is mean Muhammad, he never saw this before. By who? By the Prophet. They said, this is the day in which Allah gave Moses domination over Pharaoh. We fast on it, like to thank God for this day. So what the messenger he said, we have a closer connection to Moses than you. Then he gave orders that it should be observed. Now here you need to ask yourself a question, and this is a very serious question. Is fasting an order from a man, or fasting is an order from God? Which means when the Muslims observe any kind of religious practice, is it coming from God, or it's coming from the man Muhammad? Why Muhammad is copy-paste from the Jews? What if the Jews is making fun of him? What if they have nothing to do? And actually this is nothing to do with Musa's day. This is a lie. So the Jews obviously making fun of him. So how Muhammad, he's a prophet of God, he ordered his followers to practice a fasting without asking for permission from his God? What about you pray to your God and Allah will inspire you, say, hey, yes, Muhammad, do it or don't do it. If the Jews are corrupt and the Jews will go to hell and the Jews are bad and the Jews are ugly and the Jews are pigs and monkeys, how Muhammad he take from the pigs and the monkeys the first practice of fasting? It's very obvious that Muhammad, he was trying to find any way he can make his people look like a religion. How we can make ourselves a religion? We don't have a fasting, we don't have a way to pray, we don't have anything. So we have to find a way. So he started copying from people who they are around him. And then you will find that Muhammad, even he said that the one who fasts the month of Ramadan is the same as if you like your sin will be forgiven for the coming year. You believe it? Look with me. If you fast the day of Ashura, look how important this day is. Fasting, sorry, this is the fasting of Arafah. Huh? I will show you in Ashura too. Fasting on the day of Arafah, I hope from Allah expect sins for the year before and the year after. And he said the same exactly about the day of Ashura. And let me see if I can find you the reference. So how this day is going to forgive your your past sin and your coming sin? What is the power of this day? How this happened? How a day like this? What is the importance of this day? Read with me here, please. This is Sahih Muslim. Look what Muhammad used to do. The Prophet Sawsaw said, fasting 3 days every month. See, he ordered his followers fasting 3 days. But how this happened? If you read the story from the beginning, you will see that Muhammad was trying to find the practice of fasting to establish something in his religion. If you read here, you will see they have a conversation about the fasting and discussion. And then you will see the Prophet, he said, thereupon the Prophet said, that is the fast of David, peace upon him. So Muhammad is so obsessed with the Jews, trying to make himself finding a fasting. David himself, he fast. So now Muhammad, he tried to make a fasting for himself. So he said, what about him who fast 1 day and doesn't fast the other 2 days? Then the messenger, he said, I wish I were given the strength. The strength to do what? To do that. Therefore, Sawsaw, he said, which means Muhammad, fasting 3 days every month, and that of Ramadan every year. Hold on. So in the beginning, we have a fasting of 3 days. Then we have, first he have the fasting of Ashura. Then he tried to copy the Jews, which is supposed to be a fasting of David, but this is not the fasting of David. There's no such a thing. So Muhammad, he is copying from people around him and giving false information to his followers, and now he is ordering them to practice 3 days every month. And then he jumped to Ramadan. Now what is Ramadan then? Where Ramadan coming from? Those guys who translate here, I think they are using Google translation. It's not the day of Arafah, it's the day of Ashura. You see, those guys are stupid. Here it says the day of Arafah. I was wondering where Arafah coming from. This is the day of Ashura. All right. So it doesn't say in Arabic the day of Arafah. As you see with me, let me show you in Arabic and in English. So here it says that the one who fasts the day of Ashura, Allah is going to forgive the year before and the year after. So if you fast the day of Ashura, Allah will take the sin for a year before. So how important this day is, the day of Ashura, must be very important. And how Muhammad he learned that this day, if you fast it, Allah will forgive the year before sin. If he just learned from the Jews that he just asked the Jews, why you fast this day? You know what I mean? He just asked the Jews, why you fast this day? He have no idea. He never heard about this fasting before. So he come to the conclusion, he's a prophet, he's connected to Allah, he have a phone line, he can call Allah anytime, but Allah did not even say to him anything about this fasting. So he come to his own statement that if you fast this day, Allah will forgive your sin for the coming, or for the past year at least. Now imagine a day, if we fast it, it's enough to forgive our sin for the past and the coming year. Why Muhammad he did abandon this day? Why Muhammad don't want to fast this day no more? Because Yawm Ashura, it's not an obligation for the Muslims to fast no more. You will see in the hadith it says that Muhammad he abandoned the fasting of Ashura and he start fasting Ramadan, and this is why he don't want to fast Ashura no more. In this hadith here, you will see what happened when he saw the Jews, and he copied from the Jews that, you know what, we are more, we deserve Musas more than you, and I'm going to start fasting the day of Ashura. However, I found this a clear evidence that Muhammad is taking and copying it from the Sabians, not from the Jews, because the Sabians, they are the one who celebrate in a sad way. They fast, they cry. You see, the Sabians, for those who do not know the Sabians, they hate the Jews to the point they call Adonai, which is supposedly the God of the Jews, he is the devil. So the Sabians, they believe that Pharaoh, he was one of them, and he was a Sabian. So when he followed Moses and Pharaoh and his army was destroyed in the sea, Sabians, they fast that day of sadness for the lost. So Muhammad is copying that day from the Sabian, and we are going to prove to you that he copied this day from the Sabian, and he copied Ramadan from the Sabian. Before we go there, let us see first who are they, the Sabian. You will notice the Quran in many verses mention the Sabians in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there is no need really to mention them. Who are the Sabian? And the surprise is Muhammad, he promised the Sabian to go to heaven. But if you ask any Muslim, he will say to you that the Sabians are not believing in the same God of the Muslims. However, both of them, they are pagans. They worship false gods. They worship, a part of them worship the angels or creatures made of light, and the other one, they worship gods have nothing to do with the God of Islam. So why Muhammad he promised the Sabian to go to heaven? If you go to chapter 2 verse number 62, you will find the following. Look what the Quran says. Those who believe in the Quran, which mean the Muslims, and those who they are the Jewish, and those who they are the Christians, okay, sound fine, and the Sabian, and whoever believe in Allah in the last days and work righteousness, he will go to heaven. Question: why the Sabians are here? I challenge any Muslim to tell me why. We will show you from Islamic books, Islamic reference, Islamic studies, Islamic scholars that the Sabians are not Muslims, and they are not believing in the same God of the Muslims. according to them. So why the Sabian they will go to heaven? The fact the God of the Sabian and the God of the Muslims is the same. All of them, they worship the moon god. If we go and see different verses in the Quran, chapter 5 verse number 69, it says the same. Those who they are the Christians, the Jews, and the Sabians, they are going to go to heaven. Like what? Again, why the Sabians? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. The only reason that Muhammad is promising the Sabians to go to heaven, for he was a Sabian. There's tons of references speaking about Muhammad being a Sabian. Let us see. The Prophet mentioned they are idolaters, gods. So they said to him, they said, the name of your Lord, lineage for us. Tell us who is your Lord. He said, so Jibreel, peace upon him, came to him with the surah. Say he is Allah, the one of. So he mentioned similarity, but he did not say it. From Ubay ibn Abi Ka'b. Now Ubay ibn Abi Ka'b, he have a story later we will mention by itself. But here in Arabic you will see that the one who is mentioning the hadith is a person who was from the Sabi'ah, as you see here with me. But in Arabic, in English, they don't say, they don't show that. So the Sabi'ah are exist around Muhammad, and they are accompany him, and they are his companions. This person, he was freed by a woman, his owner, she was a Sabian. It doesn't say there that he is a Sabian. He was freed by a Sabian woman. But why he was freed? Because the Sabian, when somebody converted the religion, they free him. Let us continue. In this hadith here, you will find the following story. When Muhammad was going from a place to a place, he was looking for water. You know, it's a desert, so they needed water. So he sent 2 of his men to look for water. And then when they went, they found a woman was standing there. Let us read together. So when they went search for water, they met a woman who was sitting with her camel between 2 bags of water. They asked, where we can find water? She replied, I was there, which means pointing her finger. I was there at the place of water this hour yesterday, and my people were behind me. She's a Bedouin woman, you know, they don't stay in one place. Then requested her to accompany them. So she asked, where? Accompany where were you there? They said, to Allah Messenger. She said, do you mean the man who is called Sabi, the Sabi? They replied, yes. You see, the Muslims did not deny that Muhammad is a Sabian. The woman, she is asking, okay, who is your prophet? Is that the one who is called the Sabi? They said yes. And that explained why Muhammad was promising the Sabian to go to heaven, for he was a Sabi. Now what the Sabians do? The Sabians, they fast Ramadan, and they pray 5 times a day, and they cry in the day of Ashura, which supposedly now is a practice by the Shia more than the Sunni. But the Shia, they say they cry not because of what the Sabian believe, but because Al-Hussein was killed in that day. But the reference in the front of us is so clear that Muhammad is no question is a Sabian. Otherwise, the Muslims here, the companion of Muhammad, they should say to her, he is not a Sabi, he is a prophet of Allah of Islam, right? Why did it not say to her, no, he is not the one you are talking about? Now, why the Muslims, and why I'm accusing them to be Sabian? the Sabi, and they fast by the moon, and they do everything is practice they have is by the moon. They fast for 40 to 30 days, and then they move from town to town because they are waiting for the new moon. Now, do the Muslims fast Ramadan by the moon? Let us see. But you see, the Muslims in their translation, they give you false translation always. So if you read any translation like Yusuf Ali or Big Tal, it says the month of Ramadan which revealed the Quran, the month of Ramadan which revealed the Quran. So whoever of you is present, let him fast the month. So what the translation is? The month. The Muslims trying to say to us that the word in Arabic, which is shahr, is equal to the word month. For sure, right now, a naive Muslim who have no idea what he's talking about, he will say to you, come on, the word shahr, everybody knows that the word shahr mean mean month. The fact it does not. If we go here, let us show the Arabic. In chapter 2, verse number 185, it says, whoever of you witness الشهر شهر Ramadan. The first word read and used in Arabic is the word shahr. Then is the name of the shahr, which is the Quran came down with. And then it says فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه. So whoever witness of you the shahr, he should witness, he should fast it. Okay, what shahida ash-shahr mean? What does that mean exactly? This is the word shahr, and this is the word shahr. The fact the word shahr is not an Arabic word. It is an Aramaic word, mean moon. So what the correct translation of the verse is, whoever of you, the moon of Ramadan is where the Quran came down. So when the Quran came down, in the moon of Ramadan, not in the month of Ramadan, as many liars they say to us in their translation. Now let us go and show you from Muslim translation how we can get the Abdul busted. This is a website called QuranX.com. QuranX.com have a lot of translation, as you see. Almost every known translation. All right, you will see in all the translation mostly the word moon is coming as month, 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 month. You see, all of them, they are same month, month, non-stop, month. But it doesn't say that. And let us get the Muslims Abdul busted. Look what Sahih Intel is translating the word shahr between two brackets. The new moon. Do you see it? The new moon. All right. So why here the word new moon appear, but here doesn't appear? Why in the other translation does not appear? Then we go up. Let's see more. You will see it is the word moon with no question. It doesn't say whoever of you witnessed the month. You cannot witness the month. Month is a month. You cannot see it because it says clearly woman shahida. Shahida, it's an eye sighting. You have to sight it. How you can witness it? Look, Ahmad Ali translation. So when you see the new moon, okay, where is the word moon in Arabic? The Muslim, they will say to you, it's not there. No, it's there. It is shahr. So the stupid Abdul Ahmad who translated this verse, he translated this part correctly. He says the new moon. The correct translation is Ramadan is the moon which the Quran was revealed. So when you eyesight the new moon, You fast. So the Quran is saying that in the moon of Ramadan, Quran came down. So why the Quran coming down in the moon of Ramadan? Because this is the moon god. And then whoever of you sight the moon, you have to fast. You have to sight the fast. Now sight the moon, and then how we stop fasting? By sighting the moon again. Go right now and search Google, and you will find how many Muslim countries announcing today that they saw the moon. So they are celebrating what is called to supposedly Eid al-Fitr, but we showed you that this is not Eid al-Fitr. The fact, this is nothing but a day of a slaughter, which means the day of al-Adha. The Muslim, the truth is, the Muslim, they have two Adha. The one they will celebrate after a few months, and the one is celebrating today. This is why they slaughter tons of thousands of animals today. So why are you sure it should be translated as moon and not month then? Because simply you cannot cite a month, and the word shahr, you can go check it around. In Aramaic, it's mean month. It's mean moon. So I'm very sure. And here we go. Ask yourself why why the translator, who is a Muslim, saying whoever of you see the moon. But the only word is mentioned in the Quran is the word shahr. So where he got the moon from? If I am wrong, the Muslim who translated the Quran here, where did he get the word new moon from? It is the Quran says that the word shahr, it is a moon, and you cannot cite a month. Can you? Any one of you can cite a month? Can you see a month? You cannot. Look what it says here. Hilali and Khan translation. Read with me, please. So whoever of you sight the crescent of the first night. Do you see it? Do you see it? Have you ever heard of somebody saying to you, I sight a month? You cannot see a month. Timing is not something physical we can see. Are we clear in that? So how they make it sight? Because it says there, whoever of you, woman shahida, eye sighting, shahida from shahid, witness. Witness is somebody he saw something. So whoever of you eye sighting the crescent moon. When the Muslim they start fasting, ask yourself, you can go right now and Google and search. What I want to show you, it's easy. You will see that when they see the crescent moon, they fast. And when they stop, again, when they see it again. So it's the beginning of fasting, it's the end of fasting. Now, what this have to do with the connection of the Sabian? How we can prove that this is coming from the Sabian? Let us go to the Muslim books. And that will make the Muslims very, very sad. Because the Muslim, they might say to you, all what you have right now is nothing but a conspiracy. Do you have a proof that this is what the Sabian they used to practice? Absolutely. This is very Islamic website, aliman.com. Kitab Tarikh Abi al-Fida. The name of the book, Tarikh Abi al-Fida. By the way, we can show you this reference from not only this book. I mean, tons of books. But there's no point of just keep showing more and more. So Tarikh Abi al-Fida is the name of the book. And now we are reading in this website from page 10 to page number 75. That's wonderful. All right. Let us go and see what this book speak about the nation of the Aramaic, As-Suryan, the Syriac, and the Sabian. من كتاب أبي عيسى المغربي قال أمة السريان هي أقدم الأمم. From the book of Abi Isa al-Maghribi, this is a big scholar, he said the Suryan, the Syriac, are the oldest nation, and this was the language of Adam, according to them. which is absolutely false, because the Syriac language exists long after many languages. But this is a proof again the stupidity of the Muslims. All right, let us go with this. And this will be a contradiction for a Muslim saying that the name of Muhammad is written in the Quran, and Allah written in the chair of Muhammad, that there's no God but Allah and Muhammad is the prophet in Arabic. But yet the language of Adam is what is Syriac. And remember, the hadith says, if you go in the Quran where Allah Adam he asked Allah for forgiveness, and then Allah he said to him, why I will forgive you? Adam he says to him, forgive me for the sake of Muhammad. He said, why you saw where you saw the name of Muhammad? How you know Muhammad? He said, when I look up, when you created me, I saw his name written in your throne. So how they say the name of Muhammad written in the Arabic in the throne of Allah, and Adam, as you see here, he speak Aramaic, he speak the Syriac language, but he can't read it unless it's the same language. Now we continue. Then he says, speaking about the Sabian, the Aramaic people, mullatahum, their religion is a Sabian. So for him, the Aramaic are Sabian, which by the way is true, they are Aramaic. Then, and he says, and they took their religion from the children of Adam, Sheth and Idris, and they have a book which they always respect. In it is mentioned a lot of good things of being honest and being brave, etc., etc., and to stay away from the bad things. Now let us go to something serious. And with Sabiina ibadat, and the Sabi'an they have rituals. From it 7 prayer. So there's from them 7 prayer. 5 of them they are exactly as the prayer of the Muslims. They have 2 extra prayer additional to the Muslim prayer. Additional to the Muslim prayer. According to him, there are 7. 5 of them is exactly the same as the Muslim prayer. 2 additional, they are not identical. وَصَلَاتُهُمْ كَصَلَاتُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, and they pray exactly the same as the Muslims. And they pray without bowing down in the case of funeral. This is exactly how Muhammad he practiced funeral. And then he continue, he says, and they fast for 30 days. And if the crescent moon was missing a day, they make it 29. And they are careful to make their fasting fit of al-fitr by the crescent moon. This is the word fitr exactly as it is written today in the Muslim books. And this is the crescent moon. And they celebrate by the zodiac. You know the zodiac, like the zodiac, what they call them, the zodiac, like the stars and the planets and Mercury and Mars. This is what their religion is. Their religion is connected with the moon, the stars, the sun, Mercury, Mars, all those planets and stars. And this is exist in the books of the Muslims. Not only that, we can show more. You are just, let us say, picking up some reference. This is the book of Ibn Kathir. This is what? The book of Ibn Kathir. This is the book of Ibn Kathir. Tafsir Ibn Kathir. This is official Islamic website. Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Tafsir Surah Al-Baqarah. The interpretation of the chapter of Al-Baqarah. Let me make it bigger. This is the chapter of Al-Baqarah. Page number 284. Page number 285. Page number 286. All of this, page number 287, is not exist in English. If we go and look for the same chapter, the same verse, we are trying to give interpretation for it. Look what Ibn Kathir in English have nothing. Have 1, 2, 3 lines. Next page, nothing. Nothing. It's gone. Da-da-da-da. It's gone. Ibn Kathir in Arabic is different from Ibn Kathir in English. We have to click more clicks, then we can go and continue and see the Sabians. Okay, let us see what he's saying here. Nothing. Nothing. Where is this page? All this page explained about the Sabians. What happened? It's gone. So what is a Sabian according to the book of Ibn Kathir? He is trying to give you interpretation for the chapter of Al-Baqarah, where Muhammad, he says that those who they are Christians and the Jews and the Sabians, they will go to heaven and they have no fear. All right. Why they are going to go to heaven? Here we read this together the following. In الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والصابئين. This is an ayah came down because of the friends of Salman al-Farisi. So Salman al-Farisi have a friends, and he was telling Muhammad about who? About his friends. He is one of them, and those are the Sabian. So Salman al-Farisi was a Sabian, and that's fit perfectly with the story, because according to the Muslims story of Salman al-Farisi, he left from Iran. In his way, or let us say in that city where he used to live, he was a son of a rich man, whatever, blah blah blah, and then he met with a bunch of monks, but those monks are Sabians, and then he became one of them, and he came to Muhammad after that. So in the beginning he said to the Muhammad, what about those people? They will go to heaven. Muhammad, he says no, they will go to hell, according to the story here. Then Muhammad, he changed his mind. He promised that the Sabian, they will go to heaven, which means Salman al-Farisi was able to convince him to be a Sabian. And here we continue. Let us see what he say about a Sabian more. Guys, look at this. This is in the book of Ibn Kathir. وقال عبد الرحمن بن مهدي بن معاوية etc etc. سمعت الحسن ذكر الصابئين فقال هم قوم يعبدون الملائكة. They are people who worship angels. Muslims, in the interpretation of Ibn Kathir, you are telling me that the Sabians worship angels and they will go to heaven? You see what, guys, what I'm talking about? The Christians, because they worship Jesus, they are kuffar. The Sabians who worship the angels, they will go to heaven. And then look what they say down. If we go down, we will see here how the story turned to be funny. In the book of Ibn Kathir, he says those are people who live in Iraq, and they believe in the prophets, all of them, and they fast 30 days, and they pray in the direction of Yemen 5 times a day. Question: why they pray in the direction of Yemen? What is in direction of Yemen? There is a temple, it's called the Temple of Al-Makkah. The Temple of Al-Makkah. If you remember in the Quran, there's a verse speaking about a city, it's called the city of Bakka. But what is Bakka? Chapter 3, verse number 96, it says, إن أول بيت وضع للناس الذي ببكة. The first house was built for mankind is the house in Bakka. You ask any Muslim what the name of the city where the Kaaba is, he will say to you Mecca. Okay, so what is Bakka? He will say to you it's the same. It is not the same. First of all, Mecca is Makkah and Bakka is Makkah. You remember when the Muslim, they say to us that the Quran sent down to Muhammad in 7 letters? You remember what 7 letters mean? Support is 7 dialect. 7 dialect. The letter Ka for the people of Yemen at that time, they say it Qa. So Mecca is Makkah. Makkah is the real temple, and that was the temple of the moon god. Let me see if I can find you in English the temple of the Al-Makkah while I'm talking to you about it. This is a temple of the moon god. Here we go. We found it. This is an article speaking about the temple of Al-Makkah, and you will not believe it what it says. It says there that this is an ancient Sabian city. Let us show you. Guys, read with me, please. This is a new article. This is February 21st. They are speaking about the war right now, and they are saying that there is the heritage of Yemen is being destroyed. But look what they are saying there. The word and the engineering wonder, etc., built in the 8th century BCE by the ancient Sabian. Build what? By the ancient Sabian. So now we understand why the Sabians, they pray in the direction of Yemen, because this is their temple. And what that temple is was the temple of Al-Makkah. Even here it should say that. Hold on, let us see. Here we go. Do you see it? The temple of Al-Makkah, which is an ancient Sabian city of Sirwa. So the real name of Mecca is not Mecca, it is Al-Makkah. Al, we told you in a previous video, that the word El mean what? L-A-L mean God in the ancient Semitic language. So Al-Makkah, the moon, which is the moon god, and this is the temple of it, and that is Mecca, and that is Bakka. And the Kaaba they have today in Kaaba is nothing but an after market copy. There was a 26 Kaaba in the Arabian Peninsula. This is why you see right now in the Kaaba in Saudi Arabia, the one the Muslim they have today, they have a corner, is called the corner of Yemen. Why they have a corner of Yemen? Because you will see there that there is a stones was brought from this temple, which is the temple of Al-Makkah or Al-Makkah, which is nothing but an ancient Sabian temple who worship stars and moons and etc., but specifically the moon god. But they appreciate, by the way, the sun too, not only the moon. The moon is one of the gods they have. So there's no question how strong the connection and the establishment between Muhammad and the Sabians, who they are nothing but pagans, and this is why he promised them heaven. Muhammad, he did not mention jihad against the Sabian. He never made a verse says go and kill the Sabians, but he want to kill the Christians, he want to kill the Jews. Now I can show you more and more and more reference. There is tons of them, but I think what we showed you today is more than enough. And this is why those people, they fast and then they celebrate the fasting, and they wish that God, the moon god, he will accept their fasting. How? So what we do, we slaughter a lot of animals. So today is not really the day of Al-Fitr. Today is the day of a slaughter. This is why we see all Islamic cities and towns and government websites speaking about preparing themselves for this day. How many animals will be slaughtered? Look at this. Since the start of Ramadan, now they are preparing for the day of Al-Fitr, because in the day of Al-Fitr, the slaughtering go crazy. All the month of Ramadan is nothing but a pagan practice. This is the video of As-Sabia doing ablution. Look with me. This is a Sabian guy. He is practicing the ablution in this video. This is like a shake for them. This is not any joke, you know. You will notice he is doing exactly as the Muslims. Actually, the Muslims are the one doing exactly like him. He is not doing exactly like them, to be honest. Do you see how he do his hands? Go and watch any Muslim ablution and you will see. It's exactly the same. The same move, the same holding of the hand. And now he would do his face. Look. And now he, you know, like he made a certain move, and everything is a 3 time. Everything he do is a 3 time. And now he do his ears. Look, 3 time his ears. Muhammad, there's no question he's a Sabian. His mouth 3 time. So it is a practice of the Sabian, and now he would do his knee. Look what he do. They don't really wash. It's just like they wipe the water over their legs, you know. Go and compare and watch the Muslims ablution, and you will see how Muhammad he copy everything from them, except for sure the way they pray. And now he will do his, you know, his foot. So when the Muslim they say to us that they have a religion, they don't have a religion. Their religion is nothing but a collection of religions. He copied Jesus from the Christians, he copied Moses from the Jews, he copied the ablution from the Sabian, he copied from everybody. Muhammad is a pagan person with no question. And the naive Muslims, they say to us, no, we have a religion. So I want to say thank you guys for being here. I hope I was able to help you to understand the nature of Ramadan and the cult of Islam. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and good night, good day, everybody.